Be free, live your life. You can only, my perspective is you can only be truly happy when you are chasing a higher level of freedom in your life. If you're chasing external validation, external stuff, um, it's just a endless loop downwards. Okay, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the validation in the world, but if you are not capable of following your true feelings, you are always in a self-imposed jail. And there are many levels of freedom. Okay, so when you talk to a random NPC person that is nog totally stuck in the illusion of the Matrix, um, their definition of freedom is not being in jail. um, and that's a very shallow definition because that's the thing the television programs you to think. Um, then there are many, 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 many more levels of freedom. So for me, being in a jail is being stuck in the perspective of the television. If I would watch the television, the news every day, I would live in a vibration, a perspective, a reality that limits my freedom such massively because I would be programmed in focusing on things that I cannot control. I would consider working until you're 60 or 70 and then, live on a pension. I would consider that normal, which gives me so much anxiety even thinking about it. Um, it makes it normal to think to work for a company 40 hours a week, have only 2 days off, or not being capable of going on holiday or to a different countries. Uh, more than 1 year, um, and then not even being capable of doing it based on how you feel in the moment. No, you have to plan everything, a few months in advance. It gives me so much anxiety. That's like my definition of being stuck in a jail, and it's like a matrix jail. It's like a jail of the mind that's that's forced upon you by the external. And for me, when I want to go to a different country, I just go the same day. Okay. I just came back from living in Asia. I decided to go into Asia within 3 days. I was like, okay, I want to go to Asia. I booked my ticket, and within 3 days, I was on the plane and I was living in Asia, and was living there for a year. Also, I've lived in Spain for 1.5 years. Uh, and I just do it because I feel like it, and then I do it. And that's freedom. That's freedom. Also, being stuck in a relationship that does not allow you to follow your feelings, take your own actions, talk with the people you want to talk with, experience intimacy with the people you want to experience intimacy with. If you are stuck in a relationship that does not allow you to follow your feelings, and I am not saying like short-term dopamine feelings just because you want to feel a rush. No, um, a relationship that does not allow you to follow your heart desires. Okay, I'm not saying okay, you are in a relationship and you want to fuck a lot of other girls. You're not allowed to do that, so the relationship is bad. No, I'm saying that if you're in a relationship and you want to talk to certain people and you're not allowed to talk to them, okay, or you are in a relationship and you want to move to a different country, and because this person is stuck in their 9 to 5 and therefore you cannot move to a different country and therefore you stay in the same place living in a country you don't want to live in, that's not true freedom. Okay, so um, there are many levels of freedom, and for me, I've been in different relationships, and the moment I wanted to go to a different country, I just accepted the fact that the relationship was over. Even though the connection was good, if I want to move, I choose myself because I can only give so much positive energy if I'm living the life I want to live. If I'm doing things against my feelings, at some point this person won't like me anymore because I won't like myself anymore. Because I will be doing things I don't want to do and not feeling well in the process. Okay, so being in control over your perspective, your energy, your belief systems, your vision, that's true freedom. If you do not control your imagination, if you do not control your daily routines, if you do not control your daily focus, you are not free because you're not in control of the frequency or perspective. True freedom starts with gaining control over your unique perspective. That's like the baseline. And you can only gain full control over your daily perspective is by gaining control over your daily habits, gaining control over your consumptions, not drinking alcohol. Alcohol lowers the ability to use your imagination, lowers the ability to use your brain. Okay. Using different medicinal plants that allow you to gain more control over your perspective, see life with more depth. Okay. Be in nature, being in the frequency of nature, being in your own unique way of looking at life. That's where true freedom starts, at the core. And then evolving your belief systems by watching the right people, integrating what works, removing what does not work, and then taking daily actions that are moving you towards your vision. And if there's a feeling on the inside, I want to move, I want to go to a different country, that you have changed your environment in such a way that you have the ability to follow your feeling. Okay. It starts with, generating income online. For me, I am not willing to work offline anymore because I will get myself in a routine where I will get comfortable, but in the long term, I will be very sad because I know myself. After 2 months, 3 months, I want to move. I want to go to different places. I want to follow my feelings. And that can only be done when you create routines that allow you to generate income from the place you currently are. When you create a routine, being in your own energy for longer periods and allowing to have thoughts, create routines, and take actions based on your unique perspective. That's freedom. That's true freedom. Being aware of the energy around you and navigating your life in such a way that you become highly sensitive of the influences of the energy around you, of the things that happening around you and how they will influence your perspective, habits, actions in the long term. Maybe if you hang around certain people who use different substances that are not good for you, it will not affect you the first time, maybe not the second time, maybe not the third time, but the fourth time someone will say something that will spark your interest, and you will maybe have a very low level of interest now within their negative downwards habits. And that's something you have to understand and protect yourself from. Okay. But this can only also be done, with successful people. You can hang around successful people. They will have like 80% good habits and then they will have 20% bad habits. But the bad habits are very destructive. Then you can hang around those people for a while, learn what you need to learn, but at some point you have to protect yourself from the bad habits. Okay, and then you have to just integrate what you've learned. Never put anyone else above you. Okay, because everyone's unique. Maybe some people have better results right now, but you do not see the bigger picture. Okay, you do not see the bigger picture. Most of the time you only see a tiny view of true reality. And even many rich people, they are not free at all. They are in a self-imposed prison, and they are longing for freedom. And there are different levels of freedom. You can have a lot of money and very little freedom. Okay, and I prefer to have money to live, but have as much freedom as possible. That's way more valuable to me. Okay, so if you are ready to achieve the highest form of freedom possible, get all the things I've learned over the years, click on the link below, and then I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Have a great day.